How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Aggies' big road win once again last night against Louisiana Tech. They're now 8-5 on the road overall, which is great. We swept Louisiana Tech on the season. We also swept FIU. Look for a chance to sweep Sam Houston tomorrow. I'm really excited to get into the video today, and let's get straight into it. So once again, the Aggies defense came up clutch, played really great defense on them, forced them to shoot very poorly from the field, and we shot very well from the field, and that's a recipe for success. Hence why we won by double digits. Probably should have won by a little bit more. We were by 23 late in the second half, only won by 12. Louisiana Tech was trying to, make a run there toward the end, which they did a pretty good job at. That number one guy on the team was really good. I thought we did a good job guarding Bacho. Can't remember how many points he had. First time we played against him, only took 2 shots, made both of them, had 4 points. I want to say he scored under 10 last night. Can't remember exactly, but our post played really good defense on him. I thought Rob played pretty good defense. Peter did as well. Rob didn't have his greatest shooting performance. He had another donut, 0 points, but he played great defense. Hopefully he can bounce back tomorrow. Play a lot better against Sam Houston on the road. It'll be a good homecoming for Coach Hooten. Lost to Sam Houston last year on the road and at home. This year we beat them at home. They swept us last year. Maybe we can sweep them this year. Let's see how that all goes. Peter Volovic stepped up again. Was arguably been our best player all year long and has been our best player for sure as of late. There's no denying that. He had 19 points and 12 rebounds. He's now averaging like 13 and 8 on the season, doing a lot of great things. And the Aggies are playing very well at the right time right before conference play. 2-0 in March. We started off 2-0 in March last year, but then lost in the Conference USA tournament. So let's see if the Aggies can get the win to improve to 3-0 in March and then win the Conference USA tournament. It's funny because we're 17-13 overall, 10-7 in conference. So 10 conference wins is huge. We're almost at 20 wins. Before the season started and multiple times throughout the season, I predicted us to get 18 wins. And if they win tomorrow against Sam Houston, they'll do that. I also predicted them to get 11 conference wins. And so if they win tomorrow, that'll be also correct. So kind of funny how I have a chance to get that prediction right. Let's see if the Aggies can get it done. Zoddy Jackson also had a pretty good showing. He shot really well from the free throw line. Had 17 points and 2 rebounds. As a whole, as a team, we didn't really shoot free throws great. I think we only shot 55%, but we shot about 40% from 3. I think 42% from the field. One of our better shooting performances on the season, I would say. And then as of recent, we just shot the ball really well against Louisiana Tech. I think their defense isn't bad, but we just for some reason can hit shots better against them. Christian Cook, once again, another poor performance from him. Only had 7 points, but hit some clutch free throws toward the end. Again, hoping for a big performance from him soon. He did have a 24-point outing against Middle Tennessee, but we lost that game. The last 2 games, he's only combined for 16 points, but we've won. And so, I guess I would rather him play not so great but win than him play great and lose. But, at the end of the day, I think anyone would want him to play amazing and for us to win because, again, in my opinion, he's been our best player all year long, but as of late, it's been Peter for sure. Coach Hooten's been talking about that a lot. Peter and Cook, I think those guys will be Conference USA Player of the Year, not Player of the Years, but first team and all that. It's going to be hard to win those Player of the Years. Usually that goes like the first or second seed. Right now, I think we're guaranteed a 4th or 5th seed. We'll more than likely probably have to play against Kennesaw State, whether we're 4th and they're 5th or if they're 4th and we're 5th, whatever it may be. As long as they win the next game, and they play against Jacksonville State, so they might lose that. But again, they're both great teams, and anything can happen. And anything can happen in that Sam Houston game. I know you look at Sam Houston's record, not great. I think they're like 4-13 in conference. I can't remember exactly. But they're not, their conference record isn't. Actually, I think they won last night against UTEP, which is a great win for them. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night, like we said multiple times on this channel. It'll be Sam Houston's senior night, senior day, whatever you want to call it. So they're going to come out gutting. They've had a lot of injuries. They played through it. Last year they're number 1 in the conference. This year, conference is a little more competitive. They're a little more toward the end, but they've also dealt through a lot of injuries and played hard and been really competitive and had like 8 or 9 games where it's like 2 or 3 possession games that they could have probably won. Kind of like we've had some games like that we could have won, but we've also won a couple of those games as well. So it's going to be a really tight game. I expect it to be close, probably closer to the Louisiana Tech game, I would say. Especially since it's the, second game of, 2 straight road games. I was going to say back-to-back, but, we have the day in between. So hopefully, they're using the state to travel, get a good practice in and get a good game in and finish off the regular season 18-13 like I predicted them to do, 11-7 in conference. And it's funny because if they do that as well, last year in the regular season they were 13-18, 7-9 in conference. So it's kind of flipped over. I know they put a little more extra conference games this year, but instead of having only 13 wins and 18 losses last year, they'll have 18 wins and 13 losses. And then instead of having the only 7 conference wins last year, only 7 conference losses with the 11 wins, 7-11, go get a Slurpee, even though it's switched 11-7. I'm crazy. Deontay Bostic played a pretty solid game, I would say. He had some nice almost dunks. They weren't, quite there, but he was getting up and he really wanted one. I wish he would just took the layup to get the points, but it is what it is. And we had a nice sizable lead, so I guess it's not the end of the world. If it was a closer game, I think he would just took the layup. I think Coach Hooten would make sure of that as well. Jacoby Osborne, man, though, holy crap, he had an amazing game. 7 points, one of his better games as of recent. Probably his best game of the season, arguably. I think it might be one of the top games he scored as well. He hasn't been much of a scorer this year. He's done a lot of great things on the defensive end, but he had 2 amazing putback dunks that got me out of my seat. I was watching the game with my roommate and some friends. Then we went to go eat at Texas Roadhouse. But he had some amazing plays. He hit a corner 3. He's not the greatest 3-point shooter in the world. He hasn't been shooting it great as of late. He's even airballed a couple of them, but he hit that one very fine, which, got us up by 20. And, I wouldn't say it was a dagger because there were still like 10 plus minutes left. But it gave us a nice sizable lead, some breathing room. So just a great overall game for him. I'm really, really hoping that him and Gabe stay for next year. Out of the 2, it's hard to say who the better player is because Gabe started off as a better player and Gabe's still been playing really well as of late, really controlling the offense well. But Jacoby's been playing very well recently as well. Both haven't scored the ball at a high rate, but again, we're not really asking them to do that. They're only freshmen. But next year as sophomores, losing 9 seniors, I do expect those guys to come in and score the ball a little bit more at a higher rate and show that, the 3-star athletes and show why they are. And they've already shown that enough. But I feel like their scoring's going to definitely up a lot next year. I just think it's their best interest to stay as well because, they're building up a lot of minutes. And I feel like next year they're going to get a whole lot more minutes, have to grow up quick. I feel like it's their, just in their, best interest to stay. I feel like they got a whole lot of PT, and I feel like if they transfer somewhere else, it's going to be hard for them to adapt. It's been hard for them to adapt this year, but they've been doing that and they're clicking at the right time. The whole team is, hence why we're winning a lot, 5 out of the last 6. Again, I've said this a lot of times too on the channel. Started off the year with 3 straight wins, and we lost 5 straight. Then we won 1 against UNM, lost to Texas. Then we won 7 straight. Then we lost 6 out of 7. Now we've won 5 out of 6. It's just a crazy season. We've had so many great winning streaks, so many great, not great, so many horrific losing streaks just because of not shooting the ball great. But even the games we haven't shot the ball well, our defense has picked up. And as you see last night, our defense was great and our offense was great. Win by double digits. I think we win by double digits against anybody in this conference if we put those 2 things together. Because I do think at the end of the day, we are the best team in the conference. Even though the records don't show that, we had so many games slip away at the last second just because we haven't shot the ball well. In this USA tourney though, we step it up, make our shots. If Cook, Peter, and Rob can all step up and play well, our 3 best players, I think we have a great shot at winning it. Can't forget about Jaden Harris, our other returner from last year. He played a pretty solid game, had 5 points, came in, hit a big 3. Had another, I think he had like a layup, I can't remember exactly. Overall, great game for him, great game from Peter. It was looking like, toward the end we'd be able to see Xavier and Christopher get in, and I was hoping to see them get some buckets because they weren't able to get it last game. Especially Christopher, being senior day, I wanted him to get a bucket, or even Edward. Edward hasn't been getting the game a whole lot recently, but that's because the Schmonger brothers have been doing a great job starting together. I always like seeing at least one of them on the floor, throughout the whole game. Nate did get hit in the, in the forehead. Looked like it hurt pretty bad. It looked like, it looked like it could have been a concussion at first, but he returned to play well. He missed some free throws, missed some shots that were almost in. He also hit some big ones. Played well through the injury. Emmanuel played a great game. I'm really proud of the centers. By the way, y'all have to let me know in the comment section. I don't know if you guys have noticed Emmanuel's shoes, but they're really sick. It's like Aggies or something on it. They look like really dope shoes. Keep an eye on that for next game. I think their finishing ability and just their touch around the rim has been a lot better. They're playing great defense, rebound the ball at a high rate, doing everything Coach Hood wants them to do. They were struggling a little bit at the start of the season, hence why we might have been losing some games. We didn't have our posts, playing effectively, but now they have been, and starting together, I think they're 5-1 together. So that's amazing. Peter's another guy who you can throw on bigs, and he's just been playing well. And Sonny Steve brings the ball as a point guard. He hit that nice 3 to end and a half, and I was kind of like, oh, Peter, I don't know about that one. But he shot it, he made it. I was like, heck yeah, man. His 3-point shooting's got a little bit better throughout the past couple games. I really wish we had Peter for another year, but unfortunately he's a senior. But he's a guy that can definitely go play pro. I was talking to some friends, they're asking if he'd go to the NBA. Right here, NBA. Not sure, I think him and Cook definitely have the best chances on our team. I would love to see them do it, but it's the NBA, it's hard to do. We'll see what they can do. They're definitely professional basketball players though, without a doubt. And I'll be, keeping up with their journey and keeping you guys updated with their journey. Before I close out this video, I want to mention that Yak, he was a center for us last year who left, who I was hoping would have stayed and kind of developed with us. I think he would have got some, a little bit of minutes with his team. But it's probably in his best interest to leave. I feel like he could develop somewhere else too. So it is what it is. He's playing at a Division 2 school, Colorado Mesa. And I didn't realize he was playing there until I saw him post about it. And I looked at his stats. He's averaging like 11 points off the bench. So he's doing really good things. So shout out to him. Other than that, it's going to close out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be going to Albuquerque this weekend actually with some friends, go visit some other friends and all that. So I'm going to try to watch the game tomorrow. Not sure when I'll be able to get that video out, so I'll be busy. What I'm thinking about doing is hopefully I should be back here in Las Cruces by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So I'm hoping to get a video out one of those days when I get back talking about the Sam Houston game. Then probably in that same video I'll make like a, a preview of how I think the Conference USA tournament will go in our favor. Whether we'll win it, whether we won't, or what it's going to take to win it. Obviously, it's going to be hard to win it. But I'm going to kind of break down the seeding, because I believe the 7 plays the 10, and then the winner of that plays the 2 seed, and then the 8 plays the 9, and the winner of that plays the 1 seed. And then from there on out, they go from there. I can't remember exactly how it works. I want to say it's something like that. And then assuming we get 4th or 5th, which is what it's looking like, we'll play against Kennesaw State, 4-5 matchup. And then we'll play whoever one is, whether that's Liberty, Jacksonville State. That's still undecided, I believe. And then see who goes to the championship from there. We'll see how it all goes. I want to play Liberty. That's the only team in conference we haven't beat. We swept Louisiana Tech, swept FIU. We've, so far tied with everyone else, or not tied, but split. And then St. Houston tomorrow, if we can win that, we'll sweep them, or if they win, we'll split. Hopefully we get the win though. That way we can sweep them and my prediction be right. And get those 18 wins would be great, and have a chance at winning, even if we lose that game to St. Houston, we'll still have a chance at getting 20 wins with, 3 straight tourney wins. But it'd be nice to get that 18th win tomorrow, win 2 games in the Conference USA tournament to get 20, championship game, win that, get 21, go from there. More than likely, if we do win the Conference USA tournament, which again, there's a chance for everyone to win it, chance for us to win it, I think we'll probably get a 15 seed. I think the highest is 14th or 13th. Conference USA has been really competitive, but you look at our record, let's say we win tomorrow, win all those Conference USA tournament games, which is, again, definitely possible, and who wants it to happen, obviously. 21-13, 11-7 conference. Probably get a 15 seed more than likely. Probably play against a really good 2 seed. I don't know who would be all up there. I think I was looking at something about Michigan State. I can't remember who it all was. I could be totally off. But we'll see how it goes. And I'm really excited to just see how it all goes. But yeah, I really want to beat Liberty. That's the only team we haven't beat. Like I said, swept or, split with everybody else. Regardless of what happens with Sam Houston, we've already beat them as well. So, it'd be nice to beat Liberty, so that way we can say we beat everybody in our conference at least once. And doing it in the tournament would be really awesome. And who knows, maybe we'll play against UTEP. Maybe that's a matchup that somehow happens. Get a revenge on them, because we beat them at their place by 30. They beat us by 3 at our place. And then ever since that, they've only won 1 game. I think they're on a 6-game losing streak. And we played very well since that game. We lost that next game against Liberty, but after that we've gone 5-1. So 5-2 overall since we played against them. And I believe they're 1-6 since they played against us. So all that trash talking they're doing hasn't worked out for them. Kind of talking a little bit of trash, but it's our rival, so you gotta kind of talk trash. Not as much just for UNM though, because they're definitely the bigger rivals who will go to the tournament regardless. They've been playing really great, but we still beat them, so that's awesome. And hey, maybe there's somehow a chance we face them in the NCAA tournament. That'd be funny. That'd be really scary too. So we'll just see how it all goes. I'm really excited to see how it all plays out. Very nerve-wracking, but also excited at the same time, and I'm sure you guys are as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm out.